The Federation is more than a social media and commerce site. It is a tool to help the working class organize without the interference of billionaires and the oversight of Wall Street. In certain ways, this looks like a union. The big difference is that the Federation system subsidizes this workers' program through its services, so you don't have to pay dues in order to get the benefits of cooperation. The Federation is not a simple social media company, it is a commerce and logistics company. Social media provides a joint communication and commerce platform with lower barriers to entry than other natural monopolies. Social media is prone to natural monopolies because the point of social media is to have everyone on the same site. The point is to maximize your connections. But monopolies can be dangerous in the wrong hands, so the Federation wants to make sure this one is democratically governed for the people by the people. Oligarch-funded social media platforms have immense resources to seize natural monopolies with promises of good things to come and offering free services, but when their investment funding rounds dry up, your privacy is often the first thing to go. After all, they have to make money somehow. So, social media goes from a public square with great potential for positive social change and an open exchange of ideas to a panopticon where you and yours are on a constant display to Wall Street and billionaires for the purposes of buying, selling, and managing you and your information at the expense of your personal privacy, free and fair elections, democracy, and the working class. Many of these wealthy elites channel this hostility to their users into a fight against a labor organization and take extreme actions to fight unionizations in their own companies in questionably legal ways. The Federation does things completely different. While in normal social media companies, you are the product. With the Federation, organizing towards solutions is our product, and the social media profiles are just a means to that end. The Federation is a platform for the working class to organize towards building the better future that they deserve. One that our oligarchs and political leaders are trying to prevent because it doesn't give them the power over workers that maximizes their profits. One of the reasons people question union participation is that not all unions are created equal. Why pay into something that does more for the union bosses and political leaders than for the union members? Old-style unions like these are based on a system that was corrupted by organized crime to undermine workers. Collaboration with organized crime and government intelligence agencies destroyed union credibility to this day with many workers. This, combined with mandatory union dues, has kept the working class from the protection of the powerful union system that they deserve. In sum, if our government worked for the working class, there would be no need for unions, but long ago, the workers realized the danger. Sadly, when unions formed in response, the wealthy elite undermined them with bribes and hypocrisy. The power of private enterprise and government is that they can pay people to cooperate with the interests of the power elite who hold the reins of power in these organizations. They do it with privileged access to credit, finance, and the halls of power. In contrast, the working class has to give up some of their own money just to create the infrastructure to organize today. This is why the Federation has the UBI and the GBI. While our founders agree that having your basic needs met should be a human right, there is also the pragmatic reality that when you need everyone to move in the same direction in a capitalist society, you need to offer something that recognizes their contribution towards an organization's achieving its goals. Sometimes it's a salary, sometimes it's a government program that is a handout to some billionaire to force their underpaid employees to do it, and everything in between. While the UBI is something everyone gets, a guild basic income is for people with skills on which society depends to function. Think of it as an essential worker basic income of sorts that recognizes the value of a person's skills to meet society's needs. While the creators of the Federation structure know they could run things ethically, if a business committed to holding natural monopolies were to fall under the control of an elite few, greedflation would become more and more the standard, and the middlemen that own the infrastructure would implement what is effectively a tax to Wall Street. After all, Why would they negotiate when they control a critical resource through their monopoly? It would become, as other companies and funds that focus on natural monopolies are today, a threat to democracy. This means that you cannot plan for just 1 or 2 generations where you know the people. You have to plan for many future generations and put a system in place that ensures that the Federation as an institution cannot betray its founding principles. This is why the Federation structure is based on principles of oversight and ranked choice democracy, so its leaders are always accountable to the people they serve. The UBI and GBI programs are not handouts by any stretch in our view. Think of them as not just as incentive to participate in the Federation's democracy to guide its governance into the future so we can leave it behind, knowing the family trust is in the best hands, yours. Think of them instead as the just wages of your emancipation from fossil fuels and oligarchy. Working together through the Federation, we can take their market share and their profits and put them towards meeting the needs of all the people.